everyone, it's Jamie here with Planks and Paint DIY Workshop in Colorado. We are a DIY workshop and we have all different types of projects that our customers come and do. Most of them are wood, but every once in a while we like to throw a little canvas, flower arranging, all of that at our customers just to mix it up a little bit. So today I'm going to show you how we take a basic white canvas and we trace the design onto our canvas, which will allow our customers a much easier time of painting. We are not artists. I'm not going to teach you how to draw your sun over here and here's a cactus and all of that. And if you're like me, you find it sometimes very daunting to sit and look at that canvas and think, how am I ever going to make this beautiful design on there like the instructor is showing me. So that's why we trace etch on the design onto our canvas. That way you sit down and you're like, oh, I have the basic shape. I know what my cactus should look like. Oh, that's what a flower looks like at the top of the canvas. And it just gives me a little bit of an idea of what it is that we're going to do. So I'm going to show you how we do that. First things first, I'm going to flip you around here. So I am in my Lightburn software. And I am going to start by bringing in my image that I'm going to trace. So I'm going to import that in here. And the one that I'm doing is this little cactus design. So we're going to go ahead and bring this in. And there it is. So I need to size it because it's not sized. So that is 11 by 14. Which is the size of my canvas, and you'll see it change sizes here on me. And then we need to trace this image. I can go ahead and send this to my laser as is. You can see it's already got a setting in there for an image. But if you go up here to find out how long it's going to take for this preview, you will see that as it sits, that is a 2-hour engrave. There is absolutely no way, no how that I am going to sit through a 2-hour engrave. So we always want to take from that image and we want to trace that because this is just a simple line drawing. There are some details, but not 2 hours worth of details. So I'm going to go up here to my tools and I'm going to go down here to trace image. And you'll see it traced it. It's got this pink. I know based on my canvas settings, I don't need to make any adjustments here. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit OK. So now what we want to make sure is you see that we have two different cuts and layers here. We want to make sure that we do away with the image one because we know that is a 2-hour cut. So if you go over here and you highlight your image, you can pull your traced version away, which won't have the white backing. So you can see the difference here. So we're going to delete that one and we're going to keep this one. All right. So now we have that all set. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my laser. It's going to get a little loud. And once that gets fired up here and gets going, I will send this over to our laser. So we're going to send it. Okay, let's try this again. We're going to go ahead and send that over. Okay, it's our cactus and we're going to say okay. So now I'm going to come over to my laser. I have a Mira 9. And when we do our canvases, canvas is flexible. These are the soft kind. So when I autofocus it, I don't want that pin to poke down through it. So I typically take a stack of just scrap wood and I stack them in. And then I like to set my canvas right on top. So I have a hard spot that's even with the frame that I can autofocus on to make sure that everything lines up okay. So I'm going to bring my laser over, see where my board is, and I'm going to autofocus my canvas there. See, it didn't poke down through the canvas. It just acted as if it's a hard surface. And then I'm going to go ahead and get my canvas over here in place and get us ready to cut. And I'm just going to move that over just a touch. Oops, a little too much. And in doing canvases, sometimes you're going to have some trial and error. You're going to have to make some test cuts or some test engraves. Sometimes you're going to cut all the way through that canvas. So make sure that you just have one canvas. I kind of keep that just has miscellaneous. You can see like right there, this was definitely engraving too hard. And so this is a piece that I will go through and I play and I just use. So I make sure that I'm having the right settings, okay? So we have our laser in place. We're gonna frame it. Thing looks good. And then we are going to let it do our design. So there we have it. Our laser is all done and we have this great, you can see it's a cactus, the flower and all the little details. So now when I sit down to paint this, or my customer sits down to paint this, they can see based on my painted version up above that, oh, I'm making this cactus and this is the shape of my cactus, and they can follow along almost like a paint by numbers. So that's how we do our canvases for our paint and sip workshops. Thank you for watching.